Now that we've practiced on your thumb, let's try the same thing on your mouthpiece and neck. For this video, you will need your mouthpiece and neck, a good reed that's been soaked properly, your ligature, and a mirror. If you don't have any of these items, press pause and get them now. Now take your moist reed and place it on the mouthpiece as you learned earlier. The reed should be centered left to right and should be straight up and down. Make sure the tip of the reed is almost even with the tip of the mouthpiece, so that only a little bit of the mouthpiece extends beyond the reed. Press pause and get your reed set correctly before continuing this video. Before you try it, watch as Eric sets his mouthpiece correctly. To start, notice that his head is slightly above parallel to the ground. Head placement is very important in setting the saxophone correctly. Also, he always brings the mouthpiece to his mouth. Do not lean toward the instrument or move your head down to meet the instrument. This can cause posture and tone quality problems while playing the saxophone. Always sit with correct posture when playing your instrument. In addition to correct posture, it is also important to set the mouthpiece and neck at the correct downward angle. The mouthpiece should not go directly out of the mouth. Also, do not have the angle too low. Both of these incorrect placements will hinder tone production on your saxophone. Generally speaking, with proper posture, the neck should be about 30 degrees below the horizon. When playing the saxophone, it's important to take in the correct amount of mouthpiece. Taking in too much or too little mouthpiece can negatively affect your tone quality. To determine how much mouthpiece is right for you, you can slide a regular piece of paper between the mouthpiece and reed. Where the paper naturally stops is where the reed and mouthpiece meet. Using a pencil, you can lightly draw a line on your reed to show you how much of the reed to put in your mouth. Later, we will use this as a guide when setting your mouthpiece. Press pause and determine how much mouthpiece is right for you. Now let's practice setting your mouthpiece together. Hold the mouthpiece and neck in your hand and place your thumbnail on the line you drew on the reed. Now place the top of the mouthpiece against your center two top teeth. Then have a little bit of your bottom lip cover your bottom teeth. Move your bottom lip onto the reed up against your thumb. Then remove your thumb, leaving your bottom lip in place. Next, make sure you move your corners forward, wrapping your mouth around the mouthpiece like a drawstring on a tote bag. Just like when we practiced your embouchure before, make sure you can see the fleshy pink part of the bottom lip on either side of the mouthpiece. Now check to make sure you have the mouthpiece at the proper angle, not too far out and not too far down. Bring the mouthpiece down. Press pause and practice setting your embouchure several times on your own. Now watch as Eric takes a breath and blows air into his mouthpiece. Notice that he takes a full breath through the corners of his mouth and blows all of the air back into his mouthpiece. At this point, we're not trying to get a sound, we're just trying to move all of the air through the mouthpiece. His corners are set firmly and his chin is flat. Now let's practice blowing air through the mouthpiece together. Set your mouthpiece and neck using your mirror and the guidelines we just set. Now, keeping your top teeth and bottom lip set, take a breath in through the corners of your mouth, like Eric, and reset your embouchure as you gently blow air through the mouthpiece. I will count you off. Breathe with Eric. 1, 2, ready, breathe. Bring your mouthpiece down. This should be just like we practiced on the thumb, but now the air will move between the reed and the mouthpiece. Try this again with Eric. Get your mouthpiece set. 1, 2, ready, breathe. Bring your mouthpiece down. Practice setting your mouthpiece and embouchure correctly several times. Each time you practice, focus on one of these essential elements of saxophone playing. Use a mirror to check your embouchure. Sit with proper posture. Keep your head slightly elevated. Set the saxophone with the correct angle. Wrap your mouth around the mouthpiece. Keep your corners set and firm. Keep your chin firm and flat. Make sure you can see the fleshy or pink part of your bottom lip on either side of the mouthpiece. Always take a full breath through your corners. Move all of your air through the mouthpiece. Setting your mouthpiece correctly with the correct embouchure is a great step toward making a good sound on the saxophone.